Hey, football fans, this is Greg Watson with Tiller Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential home buyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases, so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line or give me a call at 256-682-6605, or you can visit my website at gregwatsonrealestate.com.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Painted Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Painted Body works with all insurance companies to make sure that your vehicle is repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Painted Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Painted Body, for a job done right.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
KC Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show.
I want to share a quick story about Brackney Funeral Home. We recently lost our grandmother, and thanks to the kind, professional, and caring staff, it just felt like being with family. She had made all of her decisions in advance, so it was a very seamless process. So thank you, Brackney Funeral Home, for treating our family like yours. If you don't know where they're located, they're at 480 East James Lee Boulevard. That's Highway 90 right across from Twin Hills Park, and their phone number is 850-683-9898. We highly recommend Brackney Funeral Home. I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been invested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm so that your case doesn't drag on. .com.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999, is state licensed and insured. Chris Courier, the owner, is born and raised in Crestview, North. Rated for service, specializing in shingles and metal roofs. Re-roof repair specialist. If you have any roofing needs, you can call them at 850-683-4169 or cqroofing.com.
This might sound like a movie trailer, but this ain't Hollywood. This is real life. We call it the shocking truth. The difference between your electricity and natural gas? Natural gas costs less. Period. So, don't fear your utility bills. Go to okaloosagas.com/truth. Find out for yourself. The shocking truth.
We interrupt this scheduled program for breaking news. Let's go to our correspondent who's standing by at the toll booth of the Mid-Bay Bridge. Kathy, what can you tell us?
It's incredible, Mike. Cars are backed up as far as the eye can see, and they're all headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview.
The manufactured home dealership on Highway 85? Why?
Let's find out. Excuse me, sir. Why are you headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview?
Because we're tired of the cost of living down here. Homes are way too expensive, traffic is a nightmare, and we've had it with the homeowners associations. My old neighbor sold his house in Destin and bought a beautiful new manufactured home and a piece of property for a fraction of the cost of his old house. Now he's got plenty of space and a lot of money left over since they're better built at less than half the price.
Well, there you have it, Mike. They're headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview, where they can enjoy luxury living at affordable prices. Back to you.
If you're in the market for a brand new custom home, maybe you have some commercial work that needs to be done or remodeling, there's one.
Check 1 2, test 1 2 3, test 1 2 3. Test. Test 1 2. Test, test, check.
Check 1 2 3. Just double checking real quick.
Check 1 2, check. Check 1 2.
Test 1 2, test 1 2 3, test.
Test, check. Test, double check. Check 1 2, check.
Hello.
This thing, what time is it right now?
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
Sitting here with Coach Thomas Grant, we were just sitting here talking before we went on air, and I don't know if we've got the jinx on us or what, but the having so many injuries. Why don't you just give us an update on that? And you had a bunch of guys out last week against Mosley. What'd you have? 3 or 4 guys out?
I know we had 3 on defense, and then 4 on offense off the top of my head. We had 2 offensive linemen that had season-ending surgery. One for shoulder, one for knee, I believe, and then we had 2 running backs out. One of them also plays defense. We had two linebackers out and one linebacker, a safety, and a defensive lineman that were all been starters this year. Look, it needs to be next man up mentality. And look, the guys that are in are doing doing the best they can.
Yeah.
We're just
it's young,
and we just got to get better.
Not real strong. I mean,
no.
When you're young, you're not that strong. When
No.
you're playing against 11th and 12th graders, you played a team last Friday night that come in and they're loaded with juniors and seniors.
Yes, sir.
And it's a tough battle.
It's tough, and you're not going to win any game getting shut out. So,
Right.
we definitely got to, figure out somehow to put points on the board. We had some, bright spots. I think we got in the red zone 2 or 3 times.
Yeah,
off the top
you
of my
got
head.
down about 4 yard line.
And we just didn't, execute at the end to finish. Whether that was, a bad ball or maybe, not blocking the right person on the run game that would have, there's a couple times running backs, missed the hole. They try to bounce counter and the hole's inside. If you just stay inside, there's a, free lane to the end zone. So just, little things like that, we got to continue to point out, work on. And,
Right. But you had freshmen running.
Oh yeah, look.
I mean,
we had I thought Manuel Robinson did a great job as a freshman. Running back did a great job. I thought Dakota Jones came in late and had some good carries. Patrick Rogers was he almost sprung a couple. And I thought he did really good. So I mean, look, it's just something that we got to continue. Noise from the outside and just continue to try to get better.
The last 2 games going into halftime, you're only down 14, and really last week I think there was a busted play. It should 7-0, whatever.
Yeah.
We missed a couple opportunities but going into halftime again, down only 14. Give me a thought when you went into halftime and talked to kids, and where do you think you were going to see second half?
Yeah, both their touchdowns came on a botched coverage where we're in cover 3. That means the corner's supposed to stay deep, but for whatever reason, he came up, and that gave him the 2 touchdowns. I thought, besides that, we played fairly better defensively than the week before.
Now, when you're playing cover 3, is that sort of like a zone, and they know they have to stay there, or they're watching something happen? And that would bring them up.
No, it's a zone, and
Okay.
it's essentially it's 3 people. The 2 corners and the safety is the back end and the thirds. So that's
they're protecting behind them, basically.
Yes, and they can't come up until either they see the ball thrown or
it crosses the
line of scrimmage. So essentially on the first touchdown, and really both touchdowns, the first one was a double move. It's not his job to get underneath that short throw. That's the outside linebacker's job, because he's got flats. And then for whatever reason, the next one they kind of fake the 0 route, so he comes running up and the 9 goes by him. So that was his second game action for varsity. And look, nobody wants to mess up.
No, they're not doing it on purpose.
They're definitely not doing it on purpose.
We're not throwing any games like college, maybe, where they're making money, right?
It's just it's just tough lessons to learn right now, and it definitely sucks being 1-6, but hopefully we are learning from these mistakes, and we won't make these same mistake this week.
Well, you've got to look at how young you are and how many injuries. There's got to be a learning lesson eventually, even if it comes at next year. The adversity that the kids are going through right now and playing in a tough environment. Listen, what kid wants to be down, and not being able to score? How does that affect your defensive mindset, the kids, if the offense can't score? Is that sort of tough on them?
Well, I mean, it can be.
Frustrating, I guess.
It's just frustrating because you feel like you're doing your job and you
are not getting off the field either.
Exactly. But, look, you can only control what you can control. So if you're a defensive lineman, you just control what you do. And look, there's been plenty of times this year where it doesn't matter what level on defense or what level on offense, we've all messed up. So you just got to continue to, keep doing the best you can. Take the coaching, and just do better next time.
Mm-hmm. Did you pick up any more injuries in the Milton game?
No more injuries.
You just listed 8 or 10 guys. I get that, but I mean, I didn't
more
know if
injuries.
there's any new fresh injuries.
No, we're hoping to get a couple of those guys back for Milton. After our walkthrough, but it would be some much added depth for sure.
When we come back, we'll break it down against Milton here on WAZ 104.7.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
We're back with Coach Thomas Grant. Coach, we have Milton now. Last week at the end of the game, I said, now listen, folks, we're down 7-0 over at Milton. Milton, you know, there are certain places you go, you just feel like your back's up against the wall a little bit, right? And you're a coach. I know, listen, you've coached those games over there at Milton, and it almost feels like that if we have a great play, the first thing you're looking for is anything yellow on the field. And I'm just going to be honest, that's the way it's always been for me since I've been calling since '99.
Yeah.
We go to Milton or maybe even Pace sometimes. It just seems like we've got a battle. So you're going in over there. They're struggling too.
Yes, sir.
So one of your better opportunities to change the train a little bit?
Yeah, I mean, look, I told him yesterday, guys, we're not talking about the other team right now. We're just focused on us and getting better because we're still making mistakes that we've talked about at the beginning of the year, and that's something that we need to correct, and we work on it every single week to correct. And in practice, there's several people that get opportunities, changing personnel around, and and we're going with a group of kids that do the best in practice. And but
where are you at practice?
We had a really good practice. We're about to, about to go Wednesday. I thought Tuesday our half line session was one of our best, sessions offensively.
You've had a great. You couldn't ask for better weather, really.
No, man. Look, I'm like a pig in slop with this weather, with the cool weather.
That's
so,
right.
But we had a good day yesterday. And I feel like we're gonna have a good day today.
What do you do on Mondays?
Mondays just to put in the game plan in. We walk through stuff. We watch film, and then we watch film a lot of days just to whether it's our film or the opponent's film because if I'm an offensive lineman and certain blocks, if I'm blocking back, I want to look to see if that guy wants to get upfield, does he want to cross face because that could change the angle of my step. As a quarterback, we're looking at coverages. We're looking at how do they drop. What does motion do to them? So there's a lot of things that we're looking at to try to pick up on some tails that they give, and no different than in our defense. Formations. If the back is on this side, there's a higher probability. The other side in this formation, there's a higher probability of run. There's just tendencies that we're looking for. Offensive linemen. There's some offensive linemen, they want to run block from a 3-point stance, and other ones, and then they'll get a 2-point.
Wins against Orange Beach and Booker T. They've had some big losses now. Of course, we've moved on down, but back in the first part of September, they lost to Niceville 42-7. We seem to do a little bit better against that. Gulf Breeze, they lost in a big way, 73-42, and we beat Gulf Breeze. So, again, we're not matching. I'm not trying to say this or that, but if you compare head-to-head matchups, you would think you're on the positive end of this.
I mean, yes, sir. We still got to go out there and make plays. Just watching, Milton, their skill guys are extremely explosive. They got, 4 receivers that if you give them a crease, they'll take it to the house at any time.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that we got to, limit. We have to. I told our defense line we need to dominate, the line of scrimmage, and we need to be able to get pressure on our quarterback, which he does a really good job. And then, defensively, they're kind of a 3-man front. They'll bump depending on tight end or unbalanced. But it'd really be nice to have a game where we can just turn around and hand it off a little bit, take some pressure, off our quarterback.
If you look at their numbers, what they are doing on the field is almost identical to what we're doing. we're scoring 100. We've scored 106 points so far. They scored 105. We've given up 234. They've given up 248. So when you look at their talent and what you've seen on film, what are you going to have to stop?
Well, we're definitely going to have to stop. You know, like I said, they got 4 receivers that can take it to the house at any time. I know last week when they played Navarre, I believe it was like, 14-7 game until almost halftime. So we have to do a good job of staying as deep as in our zone. And then we have to rally to the run. And just do our assignments. I mean, we can't worry about another person's assignment. We have to do my assignment and trust the fellow man next to me to do mine.
So go ahead.
I was gonna say then offensively, we got to finish drives. That's been our Achilles heel all year long. I mean, we might lead the country in red zone possessions without touchdowns this year.
Maybe.
I mean, it would not shock me at all. It seems like 100, but I know it's not that much. But it's more like probably 15 to 20. And you got to score touchdowns. You have to score touchdowns, and you have to finish. Whether that's a little bit extra blocking or going up and making a play as a receiver, whatever it may be, we have to finish these drives and touchdowns.
And not to add insult to injury, but maybe even leading the area on penalties. How do you correct that?
Last game was really bad. Well, I mean, it was bad for there was one instance was bad, for
but I mean, there was one game was at Childs where we had 7 or 8 offsides or encroachments.
We had 7 encroachments, Bush League,
that's right.
thing. But we talked all week along about it. We did it in practice, with them to show them, but they're disciplined.
That's true.
It's funny.
Right about that. It's
culture and discipline is more about your record than anything else.
Oh, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
But
you're right.
And again, the kids aren't trying to jump off sides. Is it frustrating? Yes, because you see it the whole game. You think it's coming. If it doesn't come, you're good. But that game and Choctaw game were probably our 2 worst games in penalties. Other than that, I felt like we've been pretty decent for in the penalty game.
And being so young. And I think you got a bunch of juniors and seniors, you would think that would change. But if you look at their quarterback coach, he don't throw a lot. He's thrown for he averages about 90 yards a game, throwing 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions. So the passing game don't seem like it's like super great.
They got some really good players out there, though.
They've got good players. And then they're running. They've got 2 guys that's got a little over 200 yards. Desmond, a senior, and Cobb, the senior. He's getting all the TDs, it looks like. 4 touchdowns for Cobb, 2 for Desmond. What do they look like in the backfield? I mean, is it a 2-man operation back there?
Yes,
Both seniors.
Yeah, they're explosive. They run well. If they get in space, they're going to be hard to tackle. We need to get to them before they get started. So we've adjusted our game plan a little bit for that. But yeah, they have some very, very good talent, and Coach Gillis over there does a great job.
Before we go off, we talked about this a little earlier. You mentioned, I think last coaches show or the coaches before, that there was a vote coming up in Georgia, and actually it passed. Yeah. They're going to implement the NIL in Georgia. Now, I don't know what that looks like for a big school like Buford, who's recruited the #1 quarterback in the nation to come over there and play the big teams in Alabama that you see on TV. But how does that affect a rural area like Northwest Florida if that was to pass in Florida? Doesn't that go against all the rules that we've sort of implemented? You can't go over to this school or that school if it's a closed, and if so, you've got to move over there. Then if you do say, okay, now we're going to open up the NIL, kids are getting cars, they're getting apartments to come and play for, and we've got 1 or 2 teams in Northwest Florida that could pull that off.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely would contradict everything that we've done, for previous years. I mean, I don't agree with it. It would basically, we would have free agency in high school football where a kid could go to the highest bidder, and again.
And we talked about the money. We were $1 million shy, Coach, than the Golden. So, I mean, we don't have no way. Now, we're not saying Florida's voting on it. But when you got 30 states
have passed it,
have passed the NIL,
yeah.
I'm just really curious what that looks like, how it's going to affect the communities like ours, our little communities in these other states that are doing it now that don't have nothing to offer. And all their players they jump ship. The parents maybe jump ship, whatever that looks like, It's going to be tough.
I mean, look,
it's got to be disheartening.
I mean, it is, but look, I'm not going to sit here and hold a young man back. I mean, crap, if a program can offer them, 20, 30, a car, a house, or whatever to go play that, and that's the rules. It is what it is.
So my question is, how do you think the fans going to deal with that and go to a game? Oh, wow. And because the people that I know that I've talked to about it says, well, there's no reason to go to a game now.
Yeah.
Now you've all of a sudden colleges went to that. I don't know how that's going to affect college. I mean, we're still watching college football. Let's just be honest. But now when you get the kids that are in 9th, 10th, 11th grade and we're buying them cars to play, I just can't see the average grown-up our age watching a game. I don't know. I may be wrong.
Yeah. Well, look, stuff like that has already gone on. I remember Arnold, like 10, 15 years ago, got in trouble for, they had a Division I player, safety, and, he had a car, an apartment, some stuff like that. So to sit here and say it hasn't gone, it's no different than the NIL in college. Everybody was doing it. It's just legal now.
Now it's legal.
So, I mean, it's one of those things where if the rules change, we'll have to, kind of.
Do they give Bush his trophy back? Probably not.
They should.
Right.
I mean, but I don't think they have, but they should. I mean,
right.
So, but if the rules change, we'll come up with a game plan and do the best we
can.
You have
to deal with it the best you can.
Yeah, that's the only thing you can do. Look, I tell the guys all the time, either you can cry and sulk in the corner, or you can roll your sleeves up and get to work.
That's it. Well, we got Milton, and let's talk the listeners as you're listening right now. It's 7:30, right?
Yes, sir. 7:30.
Santa Rosa still doing it. Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Well, here it is. Countdown to kickoff. We cover all 30 teams in Northwest Florida and South Alabama. And this year it's sponsored by the Holloway Agency.
This is Dusty Holloway, owner of the Holloway Agency, and we are proud supporters of the Crestview Bulldogs. The Holloway Agency is your locally owned and operated independent insurance agency, and we offer a full line of coverages for all of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Our offices are located at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in historic downtown Crestview. Feel free to drop in, or you can give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can go to our website at www.thehollowayagency.com. Go Dogs!
Welcome to Countdown to Kickoff. Can you believe it? Week 9. Week 9. I think last week we thought time was flying, but we've only have 3 more games. We've got tonight, then we go next Thursday. Those games you love to call on Thursday night. Nobody's listening. I don't know. I wouldn't say that.
Probably, and with it being an away game, probably going to have a larger crowd listening and watching.
Absolutely. Yeah. We'll have a lot of people. Dusty's going to go with me Thursday. We're going to call that game next Thursday, and then we're going to play it. Are you going to set us up on similar?
Might be doing a little something Friday on the way home.
I mean, that would be nice. I mean, that's the only reason I'm going with it, is to play a little golf at Sony. The only time I played there, I saw all these Titleist balls sitting there.
That belongs to the Florida State golf teams.
Oh, yeah. They don't? You don't think they'll let us have a few?
I don't think so.
But anyway,
finally starting to feel like football weather too.
It is. Oh yeah, and I talked to Coach about that. Couldn't ask for a better weather. But we just got talking about this NIL mess, and I don't know if you heard it, but come on, we are now in 30 states in America paying kids to play high school ball. Now that could mean a car, that could mean an apartment, but I think more than anything it's helping. Like the Buford High School in Georgia, they just recruited the #1 quarterback in America. What are they giving him, right? And how does it help a rural area It's going to help Niceville, Pace, maybe Catholic. I can't think of anybody else.
You know, honestly, as if you look at it big picture and you look at Northwest Florida, yeah, you've got bigger towns like the Pensacola area, and you've got bigger predominant schools that are historically going to have better programs like in Niceville.
But who's got the money?
But at the end of the day, I don't think if this did come to pass in Florida,
right?
I don't see it benefiting. I do not see it benefiting anybody in our area. I think if anything, it's going to benefit the teams as you get down maybe around.
Niceville raised $1 million more than Crestview.
But are you going to have
that kid a car? Hey, we found a guy up here in Alabama. We got a Corvette sitting here for you.
But that kid is a high school kid, and he's got to have parents move down here too.
He does.
What are you going to provide for the parents? Are you going to,
Is it worth $400,000 for a school to invest in a kid that may not pan out?
Yeah, I just can't believe we're talking those kind of numbers for.
Can you believe that
for high school?
I can't comprehend that.
And that we're not just talking about football.
All sports.
Are we going to? So what are you going to provide to your basketball players, girls and boys?
Oh.
What are you going to? If you're a team, if you're a school that really goes after, you're proud of your golf program, you're proud of your volleyball, baseball, softball. I mean, you could 1.4 million that Niceville's got. They've gone through that in half a dozen kids, and then what?
Right. Or is it like, okay, we're going to take this NIL money or any money we can raise, and we're going to buy brand new clubs for everybody, for say golf, for instance.
Right.
Do I have a problem with that? I don't think I do.
Right.
Is that allowing the NIL? Now, we don't know what the rules are in these 30 states. But if it's anything like college, the Sanders quarterback for Colorado makes $4-something million a year. And he's not going to go in the draft next year because he'll make more as a senior at Colorado than he would in the draft.
As a rookie.
So I don't think it's anything like that at all.
No.
But is it, hey, we're going to buy your golf clubs for you, your tennis rackets, your baseball bats. We're going to buy all that for you, or we're going to buy your lunches for you now, or I don't know, but I just can't believe we're even talking about it.
I can't either. And what you're going to have happen is, and it's even this way at the college level, and I think it's going to catch up with the college level sooner or later, in my opinion. You're going to have the haves and the have-nots.
So I'm getting back to this, Dusty. What's going to stop a school? We won't mention any names, but let's say Niceville that has $1.4 million. What's going to stop them from reaching out to Tassin and saying, hey, you and your mom come down here. We got $100,000. We got an apartment for you. It's not a fake address. We're going to put you up for $100,000. You would do it in a heartbeat.
Yeah.
Especially in their environment, right? I mean, if my son was recruited by, say, Pace, for instance. Now this is getting a little out there, but so my parents went to Crestview High School. I went to Crestview High School. But if somebody offered my kid $200,000 or $300,000, and they had an apartment for me over there for 2 or 3 years, so he can go play at Pace, that would be hard to turn down.
Right, and and I guess that's going to be the main thing is what is that if once again we're just speculating because it just happened in Georgia.
Right.
And we know that it is being talked about.
It is
in Florida.
Voting it's going to be brought up in November, and along with the realignment of how they're going to do the playoffs.
And so, what is that NIL going to look like?
Is there a cap?
Is there? I think at the high school level, there's got to be a cap. I just don't see how in the world you can say we're going to pay a high school age kid, a child. Let's just call it a child,
a ninth grader, 6th grader.
Yeah,
a child. Our two best players. Overall, freshman and sophomore, you gonna pay them?
So I think there's going to have to be some cap on it. It's got to be something there's got to be some strict rules.
You know why the NIL's in college? Because they was all doing it. Got caught. Said we got to come up with a rule.
That's
exactly all it was.
Yeah,
so nobody get in trouble. Do you give Reggie Bush's trophy back?
That's a good question.
Very good question.
Yeah.
I mean, Now all of a sudden, it's just like our friends. Let me scratch that. Not friends, but people we know, maybe in jail for not kill or in jail for something now that's legal,
Right.
or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, you got to let them out,
Yeah.
right?
So,
Anyways, we got on a little tangent there. Listen, week 9, we've got some good matchups, but what I would like to do before we even look at these matchups, and it's really getting interesting in some of the divisions, but we talked about this before we got started. I was looking at all this stuff in 1R Region 1, but really there's not a lot going on because it's the top 4, right?
I believe so.
Because it could get to where they all have one loss against each other, the top 3 guys, right? So you got 7-0, Holmes County 6-1, Chipley 5-1, which probably one of the best games is Chipley and Bozeman in our area. Chipley 5-1 taking on Bozeman. We'll look at that in a minute. If you go down, they're 7-0. Now they're going to take the top 4 guys in this one too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you got.
And now I know that in the past that's how they've done it in 1R.
1R
is because there's only 4 districts in 1R and they have 16 teams. And typically what they've done the years up until now, unless it's changed, is they take the top 4 teams in each region, and
that makes up 30. That makes up 64.
16.
Oh, there's only 4
There's only
regions.
4 regions.
Oh, wow.
Because this stops halfway down the state.
Oh, okay. They've got, okay.
Just right
it's
around.
just for the rule. They did that strictly for Northwest Florida.
Right. It's basically a North Florida small school classification is what it boils down to.
Okay. So 16 teams. So in 1R Region 2, you got Asila Christian. Then you've got 3 teams that are tied. Port St. Joe, Bluntstown, Cottondale, all 4 and 3. You go down to 1S, which now we're at Suburban District 1. What do you take here? The top 2? Or just the 1, and then it goes into a group?
I think if I'm not mistaken, in the S category, the Suburban, that pretty much falls in line with what Crestview does. You're district champion in each region, and then you're at large from there.
Yeah. So North Florida Christian will take that. They're 6-2. 2S District 1, Walton right now is pretty much in the driver's seat at 7-0.
Yeah.
Had a big game last week. You was there.
Yeah.
My understanding, so I talked to Coach about this. Coach Grant, after we finished recording, I was asking him about it. I said, man, I think Walton's going to go deep. And he says, well, I don't know. He said, Catholic was driving and was about to go up 14-0.
Mm-hmm.
Or 21-0.
They were up 14-0.
And about to drive in, they threw a pick six.
Yep.
So a 14-point swing.
Oh, yeah, easily. Catholic early on in that game was complete control the first quarter and a half. Walton's quarterback was definitely off. The person that impressed me the most in that game was number 44, Daniel Boatwright for Walton.
We talked about defensively.
I've seen his stats, but I'm just telling you, every time the ball was blown dead at the end of the play,
he was there.
He was either getting up off the ground or was there standing.
Every team wants a guy like that.
9,000 miles an hour. He went as fast as he could go.
Sort of like your cousin over in Mulaney or McLean.
Oh, like Bear Woods.
Bear Woods. He played for Atlanta a little bit, didn't he?
On their practice squad, and then he had a real good career. Won 2 Grey Cups, I think, up in the Canadian Football League. But had a matter
balls
of fact,
to the walls.
Boatwright has a lot of that speed. Just going. Intensity overload. Yeah.
Mark said when he was working for his dad that they was at his house and he would throw his son up against the wall at 3 or 4 years old. Just throw him up against the wall.
He would just go wall, bounce off of it, get up, and just keep on going.
Good. Yeah. That's what you want as a linebacker.
Yeah.
That makes the prototypical linebacker, right? 2SD2, Walton's in the driver's seat there at 5-3. Then you go 2SD3, and the only reason why we're doing that is because of Mariana. They're still sort of in the hunt, but FSU High is about 1 game ahead of them right now. Then 3SD1, Choctaw and Escambia are tied right now. at 5-2.
And one thing I didn't even know this till I was looking through some stuff Friday, as whenever Amy and I were eating dinner before we went to that game. We haven't really been giving Choctaw that much love. They're ranked number 8 in 3S.
They've come out of nowhere.
Yeah. So.
Yeah. And we'll talk about their matchup last week. Then 3SD2, Lincoln's going to walk away with that. 1, Pace is in the driver's seat. And then 4SD2, Niceville's in the driver's seat. All right, let's look at our friends north of the Dixon line. Is it Dixon, right? Is that what they say?
The
north of the
Mason-Dixon?
Mason-Dixon. Yeah.
I think that's a little bit higher north, but
I know, but
yeah,
you know what
for
I
us,
mean.
Florida and Alabama.
Florida, Alabama.
Yeah.
Andalusia's 8-0. Who wants to play Andalusia? Anybody? Raise your hand. 8-0, 360 points scored versus 60. So that is, gosh darn, they're giving up, if they're 8, they're giving up less than, say, 8 points a game. They're beating everybody
in their average
40 to 8.
And they're averaging about 40, what is that, just shy of 45 points a game offensively. So beating them by about, about 6 touchdowns a game on average.
WS Neal is 6-1. They're having a real good year. TR Miller, 5-2. Florilla, 6-1. My buddy picked up a win last week, though. Coach Brunson, they're 3-4. I don't know who's in their district. We just like to keep up with the folks around here that's local that picks up our radio station that listens to us. They text in scores and stuff like that. But really, if you look at Andalusia, is WS Neal and TR Miller in the same group?
I believe they are.
Wow. They play at the end of the year.
And they haven't played. I think they will
have
play
not
each other.
played. They got 2 weeks.
Do. Yeah, 2 weeks. They end the same week that we do.
Yeah, I think that got shifted somehow.
They come out with an open week. Used to Alabama, 10 straight weeks.
10 straight weeks.
Yeah.
But 11-3, TR Miller and WS Neal be playing, which should be.
That'll be if they continue on both of them on the path that they're on. That could definitely have, they don't have districts, they have regions. That could have region championship as well as playoff implications. It'll basically be a playoff game 1 week early.
Is Florilla, would you consider them sort of the Baker-sized school? I mean.
Yeah, pretty much.
Florilla's sitting there 6-1. They're 4-1 in their region. They're 1A Region 2, 4-1. If you look at the people they've played, they've only lost to Georgiana, but it was 44-0. I don't know if they're in theirs, but they have Elba coming in tonight, 7-0. So Florilla may be
Grove Cup. Yeah, did you say that they're Florilla? You said is 1A.
They are 1A Region 2.
Okay, so 1A. Yeah, they're no bigger. That's used to. You could always whatever classification. If you were a 2A in Alabama, that was equivalent to a 1A. But I think they might have added on a classification. So yeah, they would be like a Baker. Yeah.
So who's leading that? Elba is in theirs, so they have to beat Elba if they have a chance. But Elba's in the district. 5-0, Georgiana 5-1, so they've already lost.
And they take like 4 teams from each region.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. So they've got a chance. All right, well, let's do this. Let's kick it off. Let's look at 1R Region 1, and let's start down at the bottom and work our way up because the best game is going to be that top game in that region. But Graceville could be their worst season in a long time, huh? They're 0-6.
Yeah.
And they're not going to beat North Bay Haven.
0-6. They lost last week to Vernon 24-8. And this week taking on, like I said, North Bay Haven. North Bay Haven only coming in at 3-4, but still, a 0-6 Graceville team that's only scored 42 points all year, so only averaging a touchdown a game. Look for North Bay Haven to pick up the win.
The win, yep. Before we go any farther, last night there was some good games, and of course the Baker Gators. Really, we thought they was going to pull this one out when I looked at it, but with about 52 seconds left in the game, Freeport scores and Baker goes down 43-42. Gosh, what a heartbreaker for the Baker Gators. We knew Choctaw was going to blow out Booker T. They did, 49-7. And Childs picking up another win in our district, to try to stay in that race, they beat Ambassador Christian 49-0. Okay, moving on. How about Northview 3-4 taking on Bluntstown? This is actually going to be a pretty good game, I think. And Northview's at home.
Yeah, Northview's at home. They're 3-4 on the year, but we've talked about it the last several weeks. It's a very skewed 3-4 whenever you look at their competition. Got beat by a very good Floymington team, very good Escambia. Got beat by Tate, who's having a good year in Class 4A, and by an Alberta team that's
7-0.
7-0. So yeah,
and most of those teams are bigger than them, right?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So Bluntstown comes in 4-2. Northview may have a chance, to beat them. I don't know. They have to win out to even have a chance to get in the top, right? They're 3-4.
Yeah.
Because I don't even know. They could catch Jay.
Yeah.
If Jay loses a couple games, they could catch Jay.
Yeah. If
jump Vernon.
Yeah. If Northview wins out their next 3 games, which depending on what their schedule looks like, that I just don't see it really getting any tougher than the first part of the season was because
they end with Walton. They got to open next week.
Okay.
So
they've only got 9 games this year. That could bite them in the tail.
That could bite them in the tail. They've only got 9 games. Yeah, that's really going to hurt them.
Yeah.
They would have to. They go
5-4.
They would have to beat Walton.
And I don't see that happening. No.
So Bluntstown tonight. Who have they lost to? Their first game to Walton, who everybody's lost to, 35-7. And then I think they lost to Mariana.
Yep, and Mariana started off strong, not playing that good right now, or kind of tapered off a little bit, but still having a good year. So two quality losses for Bluntstown, if you won't call a loss a quality loss.
They was open last week, but come off of their last win, 7-0 against Sneeds. How do you get your offense drummed back up? Because they better bring some offense if they're going to Northview, right? I mean.
Oh yeah. They had just the week before had put 34 points on Port St. Joe, so it's there. Yeah. Not sure what caused the low offensive output in that Sneeds game, but Bluntstown, even though they're on the road, still going to be a formidable opponent for Northview. This is going to be a good game.
Good game.
I really think so. I think I would even possibly lean to Northview strictly because of it being at home.
Home.
That's a long drive for Bluntstown. You're talking close to you're talking where Bluntstown is. It's 2 hours from Crestview.
Oh, that's true.
So you're talking on a school bus 3.5 hours.
Woo!
Yeah,
that's true. Vernon probably going to pick up a win. They play Jefferson County, who is 0-7, so that'll put them at 4-4. But they've come out of nowhere and started winning because I think they started out not doing so hot, and they're struggling. But they could be 4-4 after tonight's game against Jefferson County. And then you've got Jay playing Lighthouse. Jay's 4-3. They have to win to stay ahead of Northview and Vernon.
Oh, without a doubt. And, should pick up a win against Lighthouse. They are playing at Jay. So that will definitely help things out. Last week, like we just said, they lost pretty handily to Northview. They've lost they're coming off of a 3-game
losing streak. And one of them was the Holmes County that was pretty bad.
Yeah, they in the last 3 games they've scored 13, 30. They're averaging about 10 points a game the last 3 games.
And giving up 30.
No, they've given up 77. No, they're averaging almost giving up 40 points a game the last 3 games. So definitely got to find a way.
Jay's got to find a way.
And I think they can against Lighthouse. I see Jay, this is at home for Jay. I see Jay picking up the win.
Holmes County playing Liberty County. Holmes County, man, 6-1. Now next week, did I say that they've got a big game next week? Are they playing, they're playing Bozeman.
Yeah.
Who is undefeated. Now, that'll be a great game.
Bozeman's got 2 big games back-to-back weeks.
They really do.
Who would have, you don't really know when you schedule these things, but, 2 huge games for, not playoff purposes, because Bozeman's pretty much a lock.
They're locked.
But
they're
it's
locked.
but it's going to have a lot to do with seeding now, and knowing that you're going to get
right.
a round or two at least at home, possibly.
But Liberty County comes in 3-4. Holmes County travels to Liberty County, and just looking at what Holmes County has done, they've scored almost 300 points this year.
Yeah, they're
not giving up that much either.
They're averaging over 40 points a game offensively, and only giving up about 20. So doing good job there. The offense is definitely making it real, fairly easy for the defense. They're averaging on the offense or on the passing side,
not a lot,
not quite 100 yards a game.
Yeah. They run more than they pass.
Oh, without a doubt. Yeah.
And they're running a lot too. I mean, they have, Dusty, almost 300 yards a game on the ground.
That sounds like Baker from years past.
Good Lord.
Yeah. Yeah.
For 300 yards a game on the ground. And that's coming from several guys. I mean, they run the crap out of about 7 or 8 guys.
Yeah.
What are they? I wonder if they run a wing tee.
You would almost
so.
think that. Yeah, if you got that many guys, you got your quarterback you would almost think so, because your quarterback is one of your leading rushers.
He's the leading rusher. And
Bacon,
Bacon's got 600 this year. Lumpkin, the quarterback, has 400. And then he's got Serpus at almost 350. A couple guys at 200. So they sprinkle in all kind of guys. And we don't know. Holmes County has a pretty tough game in Liberty County, Dusty. Liberty County comes in 3-4. Holmes County 6-1. They have to travel to Liberty County, but Holmes County should beat them tonight, I think.
Should pick up the win. Liberty County just can't figure out what they want to do this year. Started on a 2-game losing streak, ran off 3 games in a row, and then back on a 2-game losing streak.
Yeah, that's right.
So, like you said, it is a away game for Holmes County, but Holmes County playing good ball. I look for them to go down to Liberty County and come out with the win.
Then you have Bozeman taking on Chipley. Great game tonight. Chipley 5-1. Bozeman has to travel to Chipley. Let's look at who do they come off. They both come off of a win, but I sort of like Bozeman win a little bit better.
Yeah, Bozeman only won 22-20, but it was against a very, a team like Port St. Joe that, even though they're 4-2, is usually a very well mature team, well rounded.
Right.
They're going to play up in classification a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Chipley, on the other hand, had their way with Destin, 32-13. So both teams, like you said, coming off of wins. But I kind of like Bozeman's game, even though it was closer, just because I think it was a better, taking nothing away from Destin, I think it might have been a better quality win against a Port St. Joe team.
And how about the quarterback for Bozeman?
Yeah, Gay, their quarterback, is putting up almost 190 yards a game, 20 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. So doing a great job. But then on the running side, just as good looking off rushing as they are passing.
Of course, he comes out of the backfield, average about 50 yards the quarterback gave, but then he has Jenkins that average almost 100. So they're in the air about 190, and on the ground 170. So you can't get much balance in that. I look for Bozeman to probably stay undefeated and sort of lead the pack there. And like you said, Bozeman, Holmes County, Chipley, Jay most definitely has to win to stay in the hunt for the playoffs for that
without
region.
a doubt.
Acela Christian 7-0. They're going to win their game. They've got a team called Bell County or whoever. What are they? Bell something or another.
Bell. That's over just this side of Jacksonville, actually.
Well, they're 1-6, so they're going to win that game. We already sort of talked about it. Port St. Joe has Franklin County. Port St. Joe's 4-3. They'll win against Franklin. Bluntstown, we talked about them. They've got Northview. Cottondale is also 4-3. They have, who do they have? I can't even read it. Petula?
Cottondale has played the most out of area teams that I've seen in my life this year.
And maybe that's why they're 4-3.
They just played Baconton.
Yep.
Last week, beat them 48-8.
Should be Patella, but we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I'm thinking of now the Nutella. But But anyways, Osceola Christian is going to win that region, but then you take the top four, and Port St. Joe, Bluntstown, and Cottondale is in there at 4-3, depending on what they do. The only one that's probably going to lose their match is Bluntstown. And then at the bottom of the pack, you had Liberty County, Sneads, Weewa, Jefferson, and Franklin County. When we come back, we'll get into some bigger games here on WAZ 104.7.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West on Crestview for a free, no obligation insurance review.
Is bad to the bone.
Yeah, that's going to be a very good game. North Florida Christian 6-2 has lost to Leon, which is a quality win, playing up occasions. And then University Christian, which is a 2S school.
And that was the first two games of the year.
Yeah, and
so they've rolled off what, 5 or 6?
Yeah, 6 in a row. They found their rhythm. They have not scored less than 30 points during that 5-game span, and matter of fact, been closer to 50 than they are.
Can you tell me what that was about? Do we know yet?
I saw that. I don't know what caused Rocky to forfeit that game.
Unless they just don't want to deal with it. I mean,
well,
what does that mean?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
There wasn't even, it was 2-0. When you forfeit, either you didn't show up, you couldn't show up, you didn't have enough players, something happened, and we don't know, and that's our own fault there. But anyways, look for North Florida Christian to take and walk away with that, and probably Rocky will not make the playoffs. They started out hot, but they've
kind of petered out.
They've petered out. Walton taking on Gaston County. They're 4-3. Their big win last night, we talked about a little bit, beating Catholic last week, 23-21. Just made a quick turnaround. Catholic was in control, you said. Almost going to go up 21-0.
Yeah, they were driving on their third consecutive series. They scored the first 2 series right out of the bat. Walton just couldn't get offensively going. And honestly, from what we had seen from Walton before last week, their quarterback never got in sync. They had their running back broke a long touchdown run right before halftime. And then they had the pick 6 that kind of started shifting things around just a little bit, because I'm telling you, Catholic was getting ready to take control of that game.
Wow.
But yeah, it was a great game, good atmosphere, some hard hits on both sides. It was a great game.
Looking at Walton's rest of their schedule, they should go undefeated. They have Gaston again tonight, like we said. Then they have Pensacola that hasn't scored but 1 touchdown. And then Northview. Northview may give them a little fits, but they don't have to travel for that. So that's they end with a home game. Now, Pensacola Catholic can get that at-large bid, right? If they win out.
Oh, yeah.
So they should be in the playoffs.
Easy, yeah.
They have Monroe. They should beat Monroe. Monroe comes in 1-6. West Florida Tech 3-4. They're open. And then South Walton's got to play Mariana. North Bay could slide in and win
as the district champ.
District champs. North Bay Haven, who's got Gracefield, they'll win tonight. They end with next week they play South Walton. They end with Arnold.
Which is not having a good year.
They're not having a good year. They've only scored 2 touchdowns.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
This year. So really, and get that 2SD2. 2SD3, Mariana's the reason why we talk about that. Florida State University High has Rickers. They should beat Rickers. They come in 5-2. Rickers 2-5. Mariana plays Pike. Mariana's 4-3. They should beat Pike?
They should get back on the winning side of things. They've had 2 straight losses the last 2 weeks. We lost to Walton and then lost to West Gadsden.
Yeah.
Last 34-24, but yeah. And start really trying to solidify one of those at-large berths.
Right. And if Florida High if they do happen to lose, now is it the district they're looking at or overall that gets them
the at-large bids? That's true.
So
with 3 losses, Mary.
I don't know, man. That's going to be tough for Mariana. Choctaw picked up that win against Booker T. Escambia 5-2. They've got Pine. Man, what a game that's going to be. Pine's 4-4.
Yeah, 3-0, and then have gone 1-4. 1-3.
Yeah. They lost to Niceville and their last 2. Well, we even talked about this. Why would you travel to IMG to get beat? Why would you do that?
They must have got paid a pretty penny to go.
They would have had to got paid at least $20,000. At least to get beat 55-14 IMG.
And knowing it was going to happen. Yeah.
Hey fellas, we're going to get $20,000 into our program. You're going to get a butt whooping when you go down there.
Yeah.
That's what that conversation looked like. They almost beat Niceville a week before, but Pine Forest, I don't know. Look, Escambia Pine Forest is that ye old trash bowl? Is that trophy?
That is Escambia and Pensacola.
Oh.
So we know where the old wash barrel is going to Escambia.
The old wash barrel is going to stay at Escambia probably for a while.
Escambia, though, they lost last week to Choctaw. That was a close one. That was a close game, 24-20. So, Choctaw.
And that ties, Choctaw 6-2. We'll see if Escambia can get to 6-2 also.
Yeah, and if it does come down to it, Choctaw holds the tiebreaker with that win.
That's exactly right. Fort Walton, who the Dogs have got to play at the end of the year, is 4-3, and they have to play. I think it's Bay, ain't it?
Yeah, they play Bay.
Who's 3-4? They could pick up another win here.
Could pick up another.
They could be 5-3, Dusty.
Yep.
And Booker T, like we said, they got demolished against Choctaw. So Fort Walton, I don't want to say they're in the hunt, but they sure are making it representable. Now they've got Choctaw, and then they play us. Next week they got Choctaw. Then they end with and maybe our game will be their deciding factor if they're going to be above 500.
Yeah, I don't see them getting in, as an at-large team.
No, but just to say they is over.
Yeah, but
they went from 2 years not winning a game, right?
In 2 years, period. Yeah, to possibly having a good shot at ending at 500 or above.
3SD2, Lincoln's going to win that at 6-1. They play Arnold. Arnold might as well. I don't even know if they've scored 9 points this year.
Wow.
Gave up 300. They're almost as bad as Pensacola.
Right there with them.
Right there with them, holding down the fort. They'll get demolished. Hopefully Lincoln will have mercy on them. All right, 4SD1. Tell you what, before we do that, don't touch the dial. We'll be right back after a word from our sponsor, the Holloway Agency.
This is Dusty Holloway, owner of the Holloway Agency, and we are proud supporters of the Crestview Bulldogs. The Holloway Agency is your locally owned and operated independent insurance agency, and we offer a full line of coverages for all of your home, auto, business, and life insurance needs. Our offices are located at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in historic downtown Crestview. Feel free to drop in, or you can give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can go to our website at www.thehollowayagency.com. Go Dogs.
And we are back, week 9, about to wrap this session up. We have 4S D1 and D2, and that is Pace, who has really just dominated. Boy, do they have a game. This could be actually one of the best games too, right? Playing Navarre, who has turned their season around.
Yeah, Navarre has, and this game could, for all intents and purposes, be. I'm trying to remember. Pace's one loss come to, I think it was at Lincoln.
It was
Lincoln that they lost to, and Navarre's 2 losses. I'm just trying to think. This game could possibly be for the district title. I mean, the other teams are pretty much outside looking in. Navarre lost to Pine Forest and to Catholic start of the season, and then they've ran off 6 straight wins.
They beat Rickards, Tate, Carroll, Mosley, who beat the Dogs pretty handily, last week. Milton, 51-14 last week.
Yeah, this is your district championship.
Yeah, because if Navarre beats Pace, it's head-to-head, Navarre wins.
Right. Yep.
Right?
If their records end up the same, yeah, they would get it. Now,
they end with Gulf Breeze and Niceville.
Pace has got Navarre has they both want to win the game because it's district championship pretty much on the line in this game. Pace with a loss, I think, still has a real good chance of getting in as an
at-large.
Navarre with a loss, they're going to have a lot of help.
Pace has got it easy on the way out. If they lose, they're going to beat Milton, and they'll beat Hollis Christian.
Right.
So it's a little tougher for Navarre. Now, they can beat Pace, and then the district head-to-head, they'll get it. Now, I just don't know if having, what was you thinking when you scheduled, and maybe that's all they could get, but scheduling Niceville at the end of the year. Because if they don't beat Pace, then their at-large is probably crapped out too. Because they won't beat Niceville probably.
Right, or it would be,
It's at Niceville. So I don't see them. They're going to beat Gulf Breeze. But Navarre, if they beat Pace tonight, they have district, right?
That's what I'm seeing, yes.
Yeah. Even if they lose out. Pace is going to, even if they lose, they'll win their last. So they'll be 8-2. I see Navarre. Because they're not going to beat. Not going to beat.
Yeah, Pace has only got 1 loss. So Pace, if they win out, they're in at 9-1 easy.
That's right. Yeah. That's right. Tate plays Gulf Breeze. Tate 4-3. Tate would have to roll off. They would have to win out, and then Navarre's going to lose a couple games.
And Tate lost to Pace last week. So
yeah, they're not going to win district, but if they win out at 7-3, they could be there for an at-large possibly.
On that borderline, yeah.
Because if you look at ours, Mosley's for 5-3, Leon's, that they're going to be 5-3. They play Niceville. Child's 5-3 from last night's win. They may have a shot at it. Tate has turned things around too.
Yeah, they have.
They did lose the Pace, but they've turned things around. Niceville plays Leon. Leon's 5-2, but we talked about it. Leon's had puff cakes.
They have, yeah.
Most of their wins have been puff cake wins.
Lost to Lincoln and lost to Childs.
42-0 and 37-0.
Yeah.
Nice. There ain't no way they're going to beat Niceville.
I just don't see it happening. Even though Niceville's on the road. No, Excuse me.
No. Leon's
Leon
coming to
goes to
town.
Niceville. No, yeah, Niceville picks up the win easy.
Niceville pick up the win. And, we've got to go over there next Thursday. And then they got New Smyrna Beach. So now could they win out and pick up a at-large? I don't know. But there's a few of these teams that could pick up an at-large. Mostly, if they win out, they're open tonight. But mostly, let's see who they finish with. They've had some tough losses, but they finish with Niceville and Chalkamount. That knocks them out.
Yeah.
Mostly don't have a shot. Let's look at Childs. Childs, like we said, they won last night, so they're 5-3. They got Lincoln, that's 5-4. Sun Lake, we know nothing about. The best they can do is 6-4.
And that knocks them out.
That knocks them out.
Yeah.
Actually, Leon can get a at-large, and Tate could get an at-large. Navarre's going to get an at-large.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. We really don't know how strong are the other two regions that make up, or the other two districts that make up Region 1.
That's right.
And maybe that might be something we look at next week
Yeah.
and kind of start getting a little bit more detailed on.
All right. So, we say sometimes, we've said it in the past, is this a must win to do what? Well, let me ask you this. Is this a must win for us to win any more games? Because if we lose here, do we win on a Thursday night against a 5-3 Leon? Mm-hmm. And do we win against a 5-3, 6-3, 5-4 Fort Walton?
I think and this is just from
8 guys hurt.
This is from a fan / spectator / somebody that's called games for 25 years.
Yeah. And let me say this real quick. A lot of people are hurt. A lot of these boys are hurt. And I don't know the extent of it, but I've never seen this many injuries of these kids on the sidelines. So you take, for example, the Simmons boy. He's playing with 2 broke fingers probably. And, knowing their family, say, hey, look, we're going to get this checked out at the end of the year. We ain't going to let this affect us playing the season out. So, I don't know, but you are dealing with boys. That's just what it is. I'm sorry, go ahead. What was you saying? Sorry about that.
At some point in time, you got to remember we're dealing with teenage boys.
Yep.
You've practiced since, if you go back to spring, which started back in April, you went through summer conditioning, you went through summer practice. You're sitting here, you're tired, you're beat up, you're worn out. Like you said, we got 6 or 8 players out that are starters.
By the way, Zai's gone because he swung a punt. He's out 2 games.
So,
and then all of a sudden, we watched it on the film during the coaches. He was showing me what happened. So that play on the sidelines, he got picked up and slammed. Now, the flags were thrown for that. Mm-hmm. But then all of a sudden, you had 8 of mostly guys got around him, and he was just coming out swinging, and he got 2 games for that. To it, he said, "Look, you got to throw it on.
You're gonna give it to one. You got
to give it to the other." But, so he's out. One of our better players.
But going back to Crestview, whenever you're dealing with teenage guys that have been, that's just wore out, and nothing has gone right this year. Let's call it like it is.
Let's call it like
nothing has gone right for the Bulldogs this year.
1 game.
If we don't pick up the win tonight, I don't want to say
we can't. I don't want to say we can't beat Leon or Fort Walton. But it's going to be really hard.
It's going to be hard. Yeah.
It's going to be really hard.
And we talk about teams getting on some streaks to end the season that you hope will be streaks that will carry over to the following. And that's exactly where the Bulldogs are right now. We got to start at 1-6. You got to start thinking, okay, let's get some positive momentum for 2024.
That's right.
Try to end this season on a high note where you start getting to feel like you got some momentum and try to carry that into off-season conditioning and then spring and everything. So definitely a huge game just from a momentum standpoint.
If you look at what Milton's going to bring to the table. They don't throw the ball a lot, Dusty, quarterback. Now, they've had another guy throw it some, 137 yards, their main quarterback.
Right.
They've got two guys, and I'm just wondering what that looks like. One has thrown the ball 48 times, one 77 times, total of only 850 yards, though.
Yeah, about 100, just shy of 125 yards a game.
6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions from both quarterbacks total combined.
So really,
nothing
that's going to really kill you passing wise.
No, 122 yards
Yeah.
total offense in the air. You look at the Russian, same thing, 77 yards on the ground.
This
Average.
is a game that Crestview, if they come out, the main thing is you're missing 8 players.
8 players. And
Somebody needs to step up tonight.
And 4 of those guys is Comets, Appleby, Parks, and now Zai. That's your 4. Besides Pat, that's your 4 best players. 4 out of your 5 top players is out. We don't know until game time, but Appleby may not be playing. So coach has got he's got something. He's going to try something different wherever he thinks there. And I don't want to say it right this second, but where he thinks their strength is. He's going to try to protect from that and see what happens. And listen, your best defensive player, guess what he's got to do? He's got to run the ball tonight. Patrick Rogers.
Yeah.
And he's not going to be able to go both ways if he's running like that.
Or will be limited.
Now, Rhett told me that they'll try to put Rogers in there like on a 3rd and 9 to try to stop the first down type of thing. But it's going to be tough for the Dogs. And if the Dogs can pull out a win, I really feel good about Leon at that point, and I feel good about Fort Walton.
Tonight's going to kind of decide the last third of the season.
I think so. Appreciate it, and we'll see you guys in just a minute for kickoff. Don't touch the dial.
The king of the jungle here won't take a curl from your hair. The tiger is wild, his manner is not mild. He'll give any man a healthy scare. But over at our house we got a critter like a pile of bricks, but twice as hard. You'll feast your eyes on a hairy surprise if you ever set foot in our yard. You better not mess with my bulldog. You better not come on the scene. He's ferocious and somewhat atrocious, and you also might say he's mean. He'll grab you and shake you, and then he'll earthquake you. He's a fighting machine, so you better not mess with my bulldog. My bulldog sure is mean. Look at that bulldog go! Sick 'em! Look at that bulldog run! Sick 'em! Who's that bulldog?
The Crestview Bulldog.
He's our number 1! Yeah!
And we are live at Jack Foster Stadium. And did I say Jack Foster Stadium? I was hoping we was at Jack Foster Stadium, but we're over the Pig Stickers, country of the world. And we are taking on the Milton Panthers tonight. We have about 8 minutes before kickoff. And so last week I forgot to announce. Now we sound like we're probably in a tunnel. I don't know, Corey. You may have to open that window right there. Is Scott here yet? Scott was around. I don't know if he's got his headsets on or not. I would like to know what the condition of the field is since it hadn't rained in about 100 days.
That's going to be loud there.
Yeah, that is. A little bit anyway. Donald Shad won the prize last week. You get your spread in, 850-682-1177. Bill from Milton's got Scamia beating Pine Forest. All right, let's see real quick. I tell you what, I don't know what they're doing on field. We've got just a couple more minutes. Let me go to a break, and we'll be right back for kickoff here on WAZ 104.7.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri.
Number is 850-682-1980.
Hey football fans, this is Greg Watson with Till & Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential homebuyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases, so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line, state.com.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Paint and Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Paint and Body works with all insurance companies to make sure that your vehicle is repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Paint and Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Paint and Body, for a job done right.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Casey Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates Casey Electric for their support. Casey Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. Casey Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, Casey Electric services all brands of AC units. Give Casey Electric a call, 682-3037. That's 682-3037.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in downtown Crestview for a free, no-obligation insurance review.
I want to share a quick story about Brackney Funeral Home. We recently lost our grandmother, and thanks to the kind, professional, and caring staff, it just felt like being with family. She had made all of her decisions in advance, so it was a very seamless process. So thank you, Brackney Funeral Home, for treating our family like yours. If you don't know where they're located, they're at 480 East James Lee Boulevard. That's Highway 90 right across from Twin Hills Park. And their phone number is 850-683-9898. We highly recommend Brackney Funeral Home.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm.
Our family has been vested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999, is state licensed and insured. Chris Coyer, the owner, is born and raised in Crestview, North Okaloosa County, family owned and operated for 24 years of local service, specializing in shingles and metal roofs. Re-roof repair specialist. If you have any roofing needs, you can call them at 850-683-4169 or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
And we are back in Milton, Florida. I don't know the name. Does anybody? Panther Country is what's on the press box.
I can read that, I think. It is Hurley Manning Field at Raymond Hanna. No, I'm sorry. It's a little dark.
See,
Haywood Hanna.
That's right.
Haywood Hanna Stadium.
And the field is?
The field is Hurley Manning Field.
Do you know what that's all about?
I do not. Money.
Show me the money. They've got the name of the field, and we've got Jack Foster Stadium. You know what we need? We need a Dixie Powell Field.
Oh.
Dixie, if I could drum up a couple 100,000, we will start playing on the Dixie Powell Field. We've got the Milton Panthers tonight, and just looking their record, they come in 2-5. Does that even bother you at all? Does that give you excitement? What does it do for you to know we're playing a 2-5 team? Because this is the first time this year, not counting the very beginning of the year, we've been playing some guys that don't lose. So do you think we got a chance?
Yeah.
Are you saying there's a chance?
Well, yeah. Let me tell you, if you put the record aside, if you look at historically, it's pretty tough to come over here and win.
Are we down 7-0?
At least.
At least. Coach Hatton just walked in. He could tell you we're down 7-0. He knows when he coached over here, we always and I told Coach Grant in the coaches show, when you have a big play for a touchdown, the first thing you look for, you know what the first thing you look for? Yellow. Do you see any yellow on the field besides that big M in the middle there? But this is a field that has probably the largest crown that we play, right?
Very impressive.
I don't think there's any water issues on this field.
If you were hitting a golf ball out there, the ball would be about at your kneecaps over there about midfield.
Is Scott there? Look, there is nothing, Scott. Is Scott even there? Can he hear us? Scott, is he out on the field?
He ain't ready, is he?
He's not even him. Can you hear us, Scott?
Show me the money.
Well, it's about time. We were just talking about the hump. Can you see the other side of the field from down there?
You can see about the chin down. The chin up. It's about all. It's got to be at least 4 foot drop.
I got to turn you down some because you're just blasting.
Yes, I am. I'm blasting myself.
It is a 4 foot drop. Did you play here at high school?
Yeah.
How hard is it to run? What's the hardest route to run as a receiver? Is it going back up, going an in route if you was on the outside, right?
I think it's going to be hard for these quarterbacks to adjust. If you in the center of the field and, you do an out route, well, you can drop down. When he's looking at him, when he releases the ball, it's going to be 3 foot from where he's throwing it.
So could have a problem overthrowing tonight.
I would say so.
Well, looking at the ball last week, it was wounded ducks coming out of the hand anyway. So hopefully. Well,
it looked good in
new week.
There.
New week.
All right, who's our captains tonight, guys?
You got a 40, a 52, a 1, and a 59.
Yeah, I think we got some new numbers this week, too. 40 from left to right. Number 40 is Malcolm Haynes. 52 is Maddox Reeves. Number 1, Brandon Hood. And number 59, Michael Foley. Or not Michael Foley. Is it Michael Foley? Yeah, Michael. And it looks like all their seniors.
All right, so the Bulldogs will get the ball first. And if you don't mind, I got to turn me up a little. Am I number 2? I broke something.
You are 3, I think.
Well,
pretty sure.
The Bulldogs tonight face a two quarterbacks. They have two quarterbacks. They've thrown about the same amount, but they don't throw a lot. They don't complete a lot. And they've had a total of 4 touchdowns and 4 interceptions in the air. All right, so they're averaging 90 yards in the air, 70 yards on the ground. So here's the deal. We've scored 106 points. They've scored 104. So we're sort of similar scoring the ball. Evidently, they've had short field they've had short field. The problem is we don't need to be giving them short fields like we've been doing all year, right? Is there any way we can do something about that tonight?
Yeah, don't turn the ball over and move the ball on offense. I think this game, I'm interested to see how the line holds up on both sides. Seeing if we can handle them up front a little bit and maybe create something on the ground and take some pressure off us offensively, that's going to go a long way.
Somebody said Hurley Manning was a big-time coach in the 80s.
In the 80s.
So there you go, 80s. They had Scott, didn't they have a great running back over here in the 80s?
You'd have to go to Rhett with that. I can't.
Rhett will tell you. I'm almost.
They had one every year.
They did for a while.
I did that for you though.
And we're about to take the field here in just a moment. The Bulldogs are ready. Milton has, I don't know, the band is out on the field. The Panthers.
They're doing a little exit dance.
All right, so we've got a lot of guys out.
Greg.
Scott, go ahead.
I don't think he's got anybody over there.
You got me?
Yeah, I got you.
Greg Allen was that guy?
Greg Allen. That's who it was. I knew they had Greg Allen. I knew it. But with a lot of guys hurt, a lot of backup players played tonight. I think turnovers are key line. Turnovers. Can't turn the ball over. And we've got to convert third downs. I think that's the two big things. Keep the ball moving, right?
And back deep for the Dogs is number 1, Hood, and number 2, Rogers. And me and Scott were watching their kicker in warm-up. He was hitting them from field goals about 42 yards. So we'll see what he has kicking off here. The Panthers come up to the line on their first possession of the game. Two receivers, both to the near side. Ball's favoring the far hash, and it looked like one of the Milton Panthers on the offensive line got a little early start, and that's going to back them up 5 yards. Got to bring up first down and 15 for the Panthers, and it moves them back to their own 41-yard line. Panthers setting back up after the false start. Number 5 starts the game at quarterback. That's Diamond, senior quarterback, and he's going to hand that ball off. He makes the initial tackler, misses, bounces it out to the far side, has first down yardage into Bulldog territory, down to the Bulldog 41-yard line. Gain of about 20 on the play. First down and 10 for the Panthers.
And the Bulldogs have got to contain that corner. And again, if you are watching YouTube, we're having, and if you're listening on the radio, we're back. We apologize for that 5-second delay there, but we are hot and ready to go.
Panthers come back to the line. Twins left. They're going to throw wide receiver screen to the near side, and he has the completion and makes a tackler miss. Going to pick up 9 on the play. Second down and 1 coming up for the Panthers.
Panthers sort of moving it at wheel right here.
In Bulldog territory at the Bulldog 33-yard line. Second down and 1. Ball is on the near hash, Twins right. They're going to hand that ball off, and he is tackled after a gain of 2 on the play. It's going to bring up a first down for the Panthers at the Bulldog 31-yard line. Tackle made that time by number 11, Sean Johns. Sophomore linebacker.
All right, let me go ahead and just let you know, and we said this before, the next 2 games are away, and for you band lovers, it's going to be hard for us to get a halftime show because they'll be facing the other way. So y'all deal with us at halftime. Apologize about that early.
Panthers back to pass, looking to his right. Route was almost jumped by the Bulldog defensive back. They do have a completion, a short completion for about 2 yards. Good coverage on the play. That looks like number 1 out there in coverage for the Dogs, Braden Hood.
I don't know how many ninth graders and sophomores we have, but we have a few playing tonight.
Second down and 7. 7:35 if you're just joining us, and counting in the first quarter. Scoreless, but the Panthers have the ball inside Bulldog territory at the Bulldog 29-yard line. Panthers come out, 2 receivers to the near side, and they're going to hand that ball off. He's got a hole on the far side, and he's got a lane up this far sideline and right into the end zone. Touchdown Panthers, 29-yard touchdown run, 7:16 left to go in the first quarter. Yeah, I had a lot of room over there on the right side of that offensive line, and he might have got touched by a hand, but not much more than that. Extra points up and good. Milton 7, Crestview nothing. 7:16 left to go in the first quarter.
This might sound like a movie trailer, but this ain't Hollywood. This is real life.
down and 11 coming up for Crestview. The Dogs motioning into trips right, 3 receivers to the near side. Ball's on the far hash. Robinson stays beside Nosher in the backfield. 6:40 left to go here in the first quarter. Nosher looking out near side, has a completion to Phillips. Phillips is across the 45 into Milton Panther territory at the 49-yard line. First down and 10 on the 12-yard passing catch from Nosher to Phillips. So Crestview moves into Panther territory for the first time tonight. Ball's on the near hash. Crestview motions back over to a 4-receiver set, 3 to the top. Robinson stays in the backfield beside Nosher.
He was saying the crowd mic was really blaring, and so I got
Nosher receives the snap, and he's going to hand it off to Robinson. Robinson looking for room, and he'll lower his head and get 2 yards. Second down and 8. That's the first time he hasn't been hit in the backfield tonight, so that's a positive.
That is.
Waiting for a call to come in from the sideline. Looks like we're going to stay in a 4-receiver set. 3 to the top. Ball is on the near hash. Nosher getting his guys set, waiting for the snap. And he'll hand it off to Robinson on an outside run play, and he has the corner down to around the Panther 41-yard line. Going to bring up third down and about 3. And I think they got 2 downs to pick up 3 yards, Tim.
Absolutely. I think I heard that our holders are out of the game, so I don't know if we're going to kick it off.
3 receivers to the near side, 4-receiver set. Ball's on the far hash.
I'm sorry. That was for field goals. We ain't going to do that anyways.
No.
I don't know about the punting. I don't think anything over the 50.
Have we even attempted a field goal this year?
I don't know.
I can't remember.
Good question.
Nosher on third down and 3, looking to his right, throwing to his right, and his receiver slips down. It's going to fall incomplete. Going to bring up fourth down and 3 from the Milton Panther 41-yard line. 5:04 left to go in the first quarter.
Okay. Let me just say this real quick, like for our production team back at the radio station in here, if you're on radio or YouTube, at halftime, we're going to swap over back to our old equipment. This new stuff that we're trying out has just got a little tweaks in it, so at halftime we may have to reboot.
5 wide receivers for the Dogs, 3 to the near side. Ball's on the far hash. Nosher getting some last-second changes rather. 14 seconds on the play clock. Fourth down and 3, and almost get the Milton Panthers to jump. And now we're going to have a timeout for Crestview. 5:04 left to go in the first quarter. Milton on top, 7-0.
If you're in the market for a brand new custom home, maybe you have some commercial work that needs to be done or remodeling, there's one place to call, and that's VLM Construction Services at 850-305-2959. Lonnie Miller and his crew has been working in Florida and in Alabama for over 30 years. If you're within the sound of my voice, they have plenty of home sites available in Crestview and Baker. Don't hesitate to call for any of your construction needs. 850-305-2959.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
Back here at Haywood Hanna Stadium in Milton, Florida. A pass over the middle, and that ball is going to be incomplete, intended for Hood. May have had a chance there. The Milton Panthers will take over on downs with 5:01.
Got to grind it out. It's a grind. It's going to be a grind tonight. We knew that.
We've seen that. We've seen that play several times this season, and for whatever reason, that they just can't seem to get on the same page. It looked like we had an opportunity to pick up a first down there, and maybe some more. But
they got a break. We'll take a break.
All right.
Hey everybody, it's Pastor Josh from Hope City Community Church. If you don't have a home church, I want to personally invite you to come to Hope City. We're currently meeting at Shoal River Middle School at 9 and 11 a.m. every Sunday morning. We even have special services that are put together just for your children. If you'd like more information, find us online at hopecitycc.com. If you choose to join us, make sure to stop by and shake my hand. I'd love to meet you. But whether it's Hope City or one of the other amazing churches in our city, just find a Bible-believing church that makes a difference in your family.
Well, it is that time of year, the beautiful fall season where you want to take those beautiful pictures, get your beautiful pumpkins, and there's one place to go. Sweet Southern Farms out in Baker, Florida. They're open Saturday 10 to 5, Sunday noon to 5. They're located at 1074 Milton Road. You can visit them on their Facebook page at Sweet Southern Farms. It's a great place to get your Amish pumpkins and to take those pretty pictures that you like this time of year. You can also grab a 20-pound bag of sweet potatoes or your favorite desserts. Again, head on out to Sweet Southern Farms in Baker, Florida. Give them a call, 850-634-7173.
the Milton Panthers ran for about 2 yards, going to bring up second down and 8. Panthers have it at yard line. Back to pass are the Panthers, looking across the middle of the field and not finding anybody. Nice coverage there by the Crestview defense. Going to bring up third down and 8.
Oh, until I can get this stuff figured out, and I apologize, you're going to be working hard.
Tim
tonight.
has been running since about 4:30.
I made 2 trips
for sure.
My cameraman didn't show up, and I got no equipment. Thank goodness he didn't show up, because he'd be throwing a fit right now, dealing with what I'm dealing with.
Panthers back to pass under duress. Pressure put on him that time off the edge. Number 25, Anderson, in the quarterback's face, causes the incompletion. Fourth down and 8 coming up for the Panthers.
I'll be honest, if I had to live on this field, I'd be throwing a fit with a quarterback. It'd be tough to learn how to throw on that 3-foot drop on the outside, wouldn't it?
It's fairly level there in the middle.
It is, but, well, you'd have to run stuff in the middle, I guess, right?
Punter standing on warm-ups. We're going to let that ball bounce. It takes a Milton Panther bounce all the way down inside the 10, looks around down, right around inside the 10 line, maybe at the 6, where Crestview will set up shop. 3:58 left to go in the first quarter, down 7-0.
54-yard by number 88.
Hello, this is Dixie Dan Powell. Just like in the courtroom, you got to be bulldog tough. It takes teamwork to get to the goal line and to win the game. Go Bulldogs. Call us, Powell Injury Law, 850-306-2667. That's 850-306-2667.
From their own 6, Robinson and Nosher in the backfield. We're going to hand it over. No, we're going to go play action, try to bootleg Nosher out to the near side, and they're going to say he was down before he got that ball released. So a loss of 5 all the way back to the 1. Second down and 15 coming up for Crestview, backed up to their own 1-yard line. Nosher, they went play action, a little waggle or a little bootleg out here to the near side, and he was under duress, and as he was falling down trying to get rid of it, they said his knee hit the ground, which I believe they were correct in that, before he was able to throw that ball away.
So we're glad his knee hit the ground.
No.
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 That's right.
He did get out of the end zone and avoided a safety.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Ball's at the 1. Robinson behind Nosher, pretty much at the back of the end zone. A bad snap. They get the ball handed off, but I don't think he got it out of the end zone. Well, wait, yep, and that's going to be a safety for the Panthers. So move the score 9-0 Panthers, and they're looking to get the ball right back on offense. Yeah, just not a very good snap by the center, and then they had some problems on the exchange, and then the Panthers were right there to make the play in the backfield, which happened to be in the end zone.
9-0. We'll be right back.
I've been around long enough to not be shocked by anything anymore. But this takes the cake. 38%. That's all. Only 38% of your electricity actually makes it to your home. Just think about how much is wasted. That's the shocking truth. It's appalling and really shocking. Find out more at okaloosagas.com/truth. It really is shocking.
Guys, listen up. Did you spend too long out on the boat this Saturday fishing? Have you been on the links a little too much? Do you need to get out of the doghouse? Let me tell you where you need to go. Joey the Jeweler. He's on Main Street right by Desi's. He's got tons of beautiful jewels to win your girl back over. And make sure to go like and share his Facebook page. He's always doing great giveaways, so you have a chance to win something free for your girl. So head on over to facebook.com/Joey the Jeweler. Or you guys could just ask Siri what the phone number is.
Hey Siri, what is the phone number to Joey the Jeweler?
Joey the Jeweler's phone number is 850-682-1980.
Back here at Haywood Hanna Stadium in Milton, Florida, the Dogs are going to set up for a free kick, having to give this ball back to the Panthers after the safety. And this is going to happen from the Bulldog 20-yard line. It looks like we are going to bring out the kicking tee. And the NFL, a lot of times you'll see them punt this ball because they can get a lot of hang time on it.
That's right.
But we're going to try.
I think Coach Hatton's teams used to punt that some. That's what they would do. But you have to have the punter, man. Ernie Martin was one of the greatest ones. Oh, Sky.
So we'll see what strategy. We do pooch kick it a lot, but
you can't pooch it here, can you?
Well, you could. I mean, you're going to pooch it over here. We're getting the signal in from the. I can't imagine us onside in here. The Panther return men are standing at their own 30-yard line, and we're going to squib it, and that ball's going to go stay in bounds. Wow, and the Dogs almost come up with it. We'll see. Ended up being a great play call, even though the Panthers got back on it.
What a play.
You want to talk about flipping field position.
Now,
they're going to start inside their own 30. They squibbed it over here to the near side, and it looked like the ball was going to roll out of bounds, and the Panthers just kind of sat there and looked at it. And then there was kind of a scramble for the ball. So unbelievable, really.
That was one of the best kicks we've had all year.
I don't know if I've ever seen anything quite like that, to be honest.
First of all, I thought it was going out of bounds. Then it stayed in bounds.
Yep.
And we came in almost recover that ball. What a great play.
Yep. So
wow.
After squib, the Panthers start at their own 28-yard line. Up 9-0 still. Men in motion to the far side. They're going to hand that ball off, and why not? He's got plenty of room. Dragging Bulldog defenders up to the 50. First down and 10 for the Panthers. Gain of 22 on the play. And
you see the camera going in and out if you're watching YouTube. We're going to fix this problem here in a minute. It won't stay zoomed in.
4 receivers for the Panthers. 1 man in the backfield besides quarterback. Man in motion to the near side. And we have a flag before the snap, and that's going to be the false start on the Panthers. So back them up 5, first down and 15. Backs them back up into Panther territory.
Hey, we
at the
haven't had a
45-yard
flag
line.
yet, have we? Have we had a flag? If we have, I missed it. I've been working on technical.
I don't believe we have.
That's pretty clean football. I like that.
2:40 and counting left to go in the first quarter. Milton has it first down and 15 at their own 45-yard line. 4 receivers for the Panthers. Man in motion now to the near side. And they're going to false start again. Back him up another 5 yards. Going to be first down and 20 now for the Panthers.
Wow. We'll take it.
Maybe the band.
With 2:27 left in the first, maybe we can get out of this with no more damage.
So after the 22-yard carry on the opening play of this drive, the Panthers haven't got another snap off. It's first down and 20 at their own 40. Back to pass, looking to his right, still looking, firing to his right, has a completion out there, a nice pass and catch. It looked like, yep, they're going to call that a completion to number 4, Leverett. And that's almost a first down right around the 42-yard line. Oh, they got a flag back there. Did they call it incomplete? They're walking the ball back, and the side judge is over there marking it. So I don't know what's going on. Scott, go ahead. I cannot hear you, Scott.
Hold on just a second, Scott. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Scott.
I've been talking.
You're on, but I didn't have your headset on.
I've been talking for 20 minutes.
Have you?
I said there was a holding is what I was trying to tell you. On
So
Milton.
it was a completion.
Nice.
So back them up another 10 yards. First down. Is it still first down? Yeah, first down and 30. Back to the Milton 30-yard line. Back to pass. Throwing to his right and in and out of the hands of his intended receiver. Going to bring up second down and 30 for the Milton Panthers. Having to get the ball across the Bulldog 40-yard line for a first down.
Bulldogs need a big stop right here. 2 more stops and we get the ball back.
4 receiver set for the Panthers. 1 man in the backfield beside his quarterback. And they're going to hand that off. And he's got room up the middle. He's working across the 35, barreling over a Bulldog defender to the 37. Going to bring up third down and long for the Panthers. So we'll call it third down and 24, maybe 23. Milton looking over to the sideline, now getting set to go here. 4 receivers, 2 to either side for the Panthers. 10 seconds left to go on the play clock, and they're going to snap this ball and look back to pass. Looking to his left, and he's under pressure and sacked back at the 25-yard line. That's number 38 on the sack, Juju Rover, the junior defensive lineman. So 4th and a Super Walmart for the Panthers. 56 seconds and counting left. The Panthers are going to be forced to punt this ball away.
Well, we got away with it.
Phillips back deep to receive for the Dogs, standing at his own 30-yard line. The Milton punter going to kick this ball away from around his own 15. High punt, but short punt. Going to land at the Milton 45-yard line and take a Milton bounce into Bulldog territory. The Bulldogs will set up shop at their own 42-yard line. 26 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Dogs down 9-0.
Hey, football fans, this is Greg Watson with Till & Waters Real Estate, here with a thought for potential homebuyers about recent interest changes and their effect on the local market. Fact is, builders and sellers have pretty much adjusted prices to offset interest rate increases, so a monthly payment today is not much different than it was at the beginning of the year. So don't think you might have waited too long to buy a home. Let's get together and find what's out there for you. Drop me a line or give me a call at 256-682-6605, or you can visit my website at gregwatsonrealestate.com.
First down and 10 for the Dogs. Nosher takes it, or hands it off to Robinson, trying to find the edge. Cuts it back up. Good gain up to the 49-yard line, Bulldog 49-yard line. Gain of 7 on the play. Second down and 3 coming up for the Dogs. And that's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter.
Yep.
With Milton on top, 9-0.
From the smallest ding to the unexpected fender bender, Crestview Painted Body can handle the repairs. Crestview Painted Body works repaired correctly and back into your driveway as quick as possible. Crestview Painted Body, family owned and operated and doing business the right way for over 5 decades. For towing and body repair, 850-682-5257. Crestview Painted Body, for a job done right.
Hello, friends. This is Brandon Martin, General Manager of Blackwater Golf Club here in Crestview, Florida. From the newly renovated 18 holes to the Top Tracer driving range, Blackwater has something to offer for everybody. Open 7 days a week for the best pricing. Book your tee times in advance on our website, golfatblackwater.com.
Casey Electric has been the longest running sponsor of the Big Red Machine Show, and WAAZ and Crestview High School appreciates
Casey Electric for their support. Casey Electric has served Okaloosa and Walton County since 1948. That's right, 1948. You've got to be doing something right to be able to say that. Casey Electric can handle all your AC, heating, and electrical needs. A Carrier dealer, Casey Electric services all brands of AC units. Give Casey Electric a call. 682-3037. That's 682-3037.
While we were away, Rogers, on his first carry of the night, gets the Bulldogs into Panther territory. A first down run down to the Bulldog 40-yard line, and he's going to stay in there behind his quarterback. 3 receivers set, balls on the far hash, 2 to the far side. Phillips split down out here towards the bottom. Just getting started here in the second quarter. Bulldogs down 9-0. In Panther territory, though, trying to shrink that Panther lead. Nosher, play action, goes deep for Phillips near sideline and just runs out of room over there on the sideline. Incomplete. Going to bring up second down and 10 for the Dogs.
Did we get a push there? No, I couldn't tell.
Yeah, there might have been a little, but
was the ball thrown way out of bounds, so it wouldn't have mattered?
Yeah, I don't think it was a
catchable.
catchable. I don't think it was a catchable ball.
Gotcha. Do you know how frustrated I could get when I'm trying to do all this and it's broke? I've almost got the old system set up. We're going to change it over here in just a minute.
Dogs, second down and 10. Nosher receives the snap. He's going to hand it to Phillips. Phillips makes a man miss at the line of scrimmage. Now dances outside and gets drug inside the 25-yard line down to the Panther 24. Another first down run for Rogers. First down and 10 for the Dogs, and we're on the move almost inside the Panther red zone. Dogs sitting back up to the line. 2 receivers to the top. Rogers stays in the game at running back behind Nosher. And the Dogs have a little something going on the ground here in the second quarter. Nosher going to hand it to him. Parks has a nice hard run up the middle. Gain of 7 or 8 on the play, Scott.
Scott.
Let's say 7. Second down and 3. Nosher going to go right back to the well. Rogers getting drugged down by about 4 Panther defenders right around the first down yard marker. Going to bring up third down and very short for the Dogs. Third down and 1 yard for Crestview. 10:30 and counting left to go in the first half. Dogs down 9-0, but have it deep inside Panther territory. Third down and 1 from the Panther 15-yard line.
Once again, we're going to change over. My camera will not stay zoomed in, so we're working on it.
Ball's on the far hash. Robinson has checked back in the game at running back, and we're going to get a timeout for Crestview. 10:04 left to go in the second quarter. Panthers on top, 9-0.
Have you recently received your home or auto insurance renewal and are coming down with a case of sticker shock? This is Dusty Holloway of the Holloway Agency, and we may be able to help you out with that problem. Our office is an independent insurance agency, and we represent multiple A-rated carriers. Feel free to give us a call at 850-682-1900, or you can drop by our office at 168 West Woodruff Avenue in downtown Crestview for a free, no-obligation insurance review.
I want to share a quick story about Brackney Funeral Home. We recently lost our grandmother, and thanks to the kind, professional, and caring staff, it just felt like being with family. She had made all of her decisions in advance, so it was a very seamless process. So thank you, Brackney Funeral Home, for treating our family like yours. If you don't know where they're located, they're at 480 East James Lee Boulevard. That's Highway 90 right across from Twin Hills Park. And their phone number is 850-683-9898. We highly recommend Brackney Funeral Home.
Nosher fakes the handoff and takes it himself up the middle, and he's going to lose. They're going to maybe a yard on the play, 4th down and 2 coming up for the Dogs, and a definite go-for situation. Rogers is going to check back in at running back here on the 4th down play. The second time we've seen the Dogs in a 4th down and short situation in Panther territory tonight. Unable to complete a pass the last time. See what the Dogs have here. And they're going to run a speed option out to the near side. They're going to flip it to Rogers. Rogers has the first down and more inside the Panther 10, down to around the Panther 6-yard line. Going to bring up first down and goal for the Dogs. Now here comes Robinson back in the game at running back, giving Rogers a breather. First down and goal for the Dogs. 3 receivers, 2 to the top, ball's on the near hash, and before we can get a snap, we're going to have a timeout by the Panthers. So with 9:19 left to go in the second quarter, Panthers still on top, 9-0, but Bulldogs threatening.
I'm Jenny Powell. I'm one of the attorneys at Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm. Our family has been invested for over 100 years in Northwest Florida, serving your families for over 70 years. If you're in a car accident, you need a law firm who has the training, skill, and experience necessary to deal with insurance companies so that your case doesn't drag on forever. Let our family take care of your family during your most crucial moments. Just remember, Powell, Powell & Powell Law Firm is here for you. You can always just go to our website at www.powelllawfirm.com.
Back here in Milton, Florida. Panthers on top 9-0. The Dogs do have it is it first down or second down? I forgot. What is it, Scott?
Whatever.
First down. Yeah, that's right. We just had the timeout through me. First down and goal from the Panthers 6-yard line. Robinson behind Nosher in the backfield. 3 receivers. They're going to fake it to Robinson. Run a little waggle play. Has a man. That's Green in the end zone. Just short, actually, the 2-yard line. So a 4-yard completion on the waggle play. Second down and goal coming up from the Panther 2-yard line.
All right, I've been, if you've been following us on YouTube, have not been moving the camera because we're almost ready to go. So at halftime, I'm just going to plug. I will have a stream started. It's just going to take over this stream, so there'll be a little blackout for about 10 seconds.
Robinson stays in the game beside Nosher in the backfield. And Nosher going to try to take him himself, and he's going to be short of the goal line. Maybe gains a half a yard. Third down and goal coming up for the Dogs.
Actually, this stream, the new stream will be called Crestview versus Milton Stream 2. Okay, so Chris back at the station. We will go off at halftime and swap over to Stream 2 and get back to some of the equipment that we can work out here.
Rogers checks back into the game at running back behind Nosher. Third down and goal. They're going to run the same speed option play, and Nosher is just going to walk it into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. Makes it 9-6 with an extra point coming up.
I think you go for 2 here.
No.
Huh?
No.
We got a holder.
Extra point team is on the field. Myers is up and good. Makes it Panthers 9, Dogs 7. 8:36 left to go in the second quarter.
CQ Roofing, your hometown roofer since 1999, is state licensed and insured. Chris Coyer, the owner, is born and raised in Crestview, North Okaloosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years of local service, specializing in shingles and metal roofs. Re-roof repair specialist. If you have any roofing needs, you can call them at 850-683-4169 or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
This might sound like a movie trailer, but this ain't Hollywood. This is real life. We call it the shocking truth. The difference between your electricity and natural gas costs less. Period. So, don't fear your utility bills. Go to okaloosagas.com/truth. Find out for yourself the shocking truth.
Bulldogs getting ready to kick this ball away to the Milton Panthers after the touchdown drive that started. Where did that drive start at? The 40?
That started around the 40, yeah.
So the 60-yard touchdown drive for the Dogs, mostly on the ground and mostly from number 2, Patrick Rogers, adding a little spark to the Bulldog backfield.
I've never seen so much trouble with the ball. There he goes. He's got it. And here we go.
Myers getting ready to kick this ball away, and he is going to squib kick it over the middle of the field, and the Panthers are just going to fall on it at the 30-yard line. So successful job that time by the kickoff team. The Milton Panthers will start off first down and 10 from their own 30 when we come back.
We interrupt this scheduled program for breaking news. Let's go to our correspondent who's standing by at the toll booth of the Mid-Bay Bridge. Kathy, what can you tell us?
It's incredible, Mike. Cars are backed up as far as the eye can see, and they're all headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview.
The manufactured home dealership on Highway 85? Why?
Let's find out. Excuse me, sir. Why are you headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview?
Because we're tired of the cost of living down here. Homes are way too expensive, traffic is a nightmare, and we've had it with the homeowners associations. My old neighbor sold his house in Destin and bought a beautiful new manufactured home and a piece of property for a fraction of the cost of his old house. Now he's got plenty of space and a lot of money left over since they're better built at less than half the price.
Well, there you have it, Mike. They're headed to Affordable Homes of Crestview, where they can enjoy luxury living at affordable prices. Back to you.
If you're in the market for a brand new custom home, maybe you have some commercial work that needs to be done or remodeling, there's one place to call, and that's VLM Construction Services at 850-305-2959. Lonnie Miller and his crew has been working in Florida and in Alabama for over 30 years. If you're within the sound of my voice, they have plenty of home sites available in Crestview and Baker. Don't hesitate to call for any of your construction needs. 850-305-2959.
Panthers have it third down and 8 coming up for the Panthers. They have it at their own 32-yard line. 2 running plays while we were away for the Panthers. Total of, it was a penalty, so it's second down. Anyway, back to pass are the Panthers, and that ball's going to be way over his head, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Wow,
and
how about
8.
that?
So a nice quick 3 and out for the Bulldog defense.
Yeah, that was great. 7 minutes left here in the first half. Bulldogs are in this game. It's been a while since we can sniff a win, and right now, not to jump ahead, but the Bulldogs are in this game 100%. And they're playing like it, too. Defense is doing a good job.
Phillips back deep for the Dogs, standing at his own 35-yard line. The Milton punter gets this punt away, and it's a high punt, but a short punt over here to the near sideline. Going to take up another Panther bounce, and it's going to roll down to the Bulldog 35-yard line, where Crestview will take over. 6:58 left to go in the second quarter. Dogs down 9-7.
Hey, this is Amber with the Cottage Boutique and Formal Wear. Ladies, if you're looking for something for a special occasion, stop in and see us. And for the men, we also offer tuxedo rentals for prom, weddings, and anything that you really need them for. We are open Tuesday through Friday, 10 to 4, and Saturday from 10 to 1. We're closed on Sundays and Mondays. If you don't know where we're located and you happen to want to stop in and see us, we're at the corner of Wilson Street and Highway 90. And you can also call us anytime at 850-682-2446.
Back here in Milton, Florida, 6:58 left to go in the first half. Dogs down 9-7, but we have the football back at our own 41-yard line and maybe looking to march down again. And when's the last time we've scored on back-to-back possessions, Tim?
Okay, that is a great question.
Yeah.
And the answer is I don't know.
I can tell you it hasn't been the last 2 weeks.
No, it hasn't. This is the Aflac question. Is that what we get?
Yeah,
the Aflac question, Coach, is when's the last time we scored back-to-back on the series? Has it been this year?
I want to maybe the Niceville game.
Did we go back-to-back on the Niceville game?
Maybe
How about
not.
Rickards?
No, I don't
Rickards,
think we did.
Maybe Rickards.
Maybe Rickards, yeah. First game.
When you start trying to remember the very first game, that's not good, Daddy.
Crestview lines up. Rogers behind Nosher in the backfield. 3 receiver set, 2 to the top. Ball's on the near hash, and we're going to hand it to Rogers. And Rogers that time is going to get wrestled down in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. 3 on the play. Second down and 13 coming up for the Dogs.
We did say something during the break. We appreciate them moving this game fast.
Absolutely. The officials were talking about.
Over here, yeah, the officials, 7:30 start. I think the officials are like, man, this is for the Dogs.
Yeah.
This Santa Rosa County stuff at 7:30, man, this is tough stuff.
Dogs set up 3 receivers, 2 to the top. Rogers gets the handoff again over on the right side of that line. Some good hard running up to the Bulldog 44-yard line. Going to bring up 3rd down and 7 for the Dogs.
Again, when we go to halftime, for the guys back at the station, we're going to go to stream 2. So there will be a break in the production, also on YouTube. So if you're on YouTube, you want to find it. It'll say Crestview versus Milton stream 2. And as soon as halftime starts, we'll do that. Chris, you can go to a commercial. Thanks, buddy.
Dogs have it. Ball's on the far hash. 3 receivers down here to the bottom. Nosher finds Phillips near side on a little wide receiver screen. He's across the 50, still on his feet, making Panthers miss. Inside the 35, down to the Milton Panther 30. Nice pass and catch there on the first down from Nosher to Phillips. First down and 10 for the Dogs at the Panther 29-yard line.
Are we hurrying it up right here? I don't know. We're getting set.
We're getting set quickly at the line. 3 receivers to the top. Ball's on the near hash, and now we're going to hard count it and go over to the sideline.
When's the last time we went hurry up without even looking over?
And we got a stoppage of play here. And it looks like an equipment issue by one of the Panther players. Yep, and they get that sorted out.
That was a good little run. Is that our freshman? Who was that it ran?
That was a completed pass to Phillips.
Phillips.
Phillips is a junior.
Good hands.
Yep.
Scott coming over tonight. I don't think, listen, we're going to have a serious situation next Thursday. I'm just going to let you know, with the crew members.
3 receivers to the top. They're going to run that option play over here to the near side. Nosher keeps it, tucks it, runs it inside the 20 down to the Panther 15-yard line. Good enough for another Bulldog first down.
Yeah, we're going over Thursday. Me and Dusty's going to handle it, and we're going over because Friday we're playing Seminole, FSU's practice stadium.
3 receivers stacked to the top. Ball is on the near hash. 18 seconds left to go on the play clock. Bulldogs got it first down and 10 at the Panther 15-yard line. 4 minutes and 10 seconds and counting left to go in the first half. Dogs trying to get the first lead of the game. Back to passes. Nosher throwing to Phillips in the end zone, and it looked like he might have had a completion. No, they're going to say incomplete. Good ball that time from Nosher. Falls incomplete. Second down and 10 coming up for the Dogs.
He wanted the touchdown. Number 5's holding his hands out like, hey, man, did we got replay out here?
Touchdown.
It was? Oh, wow. So Scott says he caught it. He was down there in the corner. Oh, wow. That hurts. Well, there's your 7 points.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
3 receivers, 2 to the top. Rogers behind Nosher in the backfield. They're going to hand it to him, trying to snake his way through the offensive line. Going to gain maybe 2 yards. 3rd down and 8 coming up for the Dogs.
If you're just tuning in, the Bulldogs taking on the Milton Panthers here. About halftime, we're going to change over to our second feed option to try to to fix some of the technical difficulties that we are having, some minor things to make the audio and the video a little bit better.
Dogs have it in the middle of the field. 4 receivers. Rogers behind Nosher. Nosher looking to his right, finds Rogers out of the backfield, and he's going to make a man field, but he's going to get tackled after a gain of maybe 2. 4th down and 6 coming up for Crestview. And we're going to try a field goal, and have we.
Well, I think it's close enough. Look.
Well, I mean, look, it's for the lead. 3 minutes left to go in the first half.
I think that's the right call. I like the call.
Myers
Myers
is setting up. It's going to be a 26-yard field goal from that far hash. Snap and hold is good. Kick is up. And no good. Man, it looked good from here.
Oh, it did look good.
So leave the score at Panthers 9, Dogs 7. 2:42 left to go in the second quarter.
I think what he was looking at, so let's say, okay, well, if he makes it, he makes it. Okay, so we're kicking off. But if we would have went forward on 4th down and wouldn't make the first down, I think that, we about in the same position. So, I mean, what does it really matter?
Well, if we go for it and get the first down, then we got first down and goal.
Well, that's true, too. But it wasn't it 6 yards, though, for a first down?
Yeah, it was 6 yards.
It was 2?
No,
4
yards.
4 yards.
Excuse
Scott
me, 4
said it
yards.
was 4.
Okay.
Well,
hey.
What do we know? I still liked it. He almost had it. I think the distance was there.
Play action pass, completed pass out here to the near side. And that is an impressive-looking wide receiver that just caught that football right around the first down marker. Gain of 10 on the play. First down 10 for the Panthers.
I told Grant, I said, Grant, they only throw for 90 yards a game. He goes, listen, their skill guys are good looking. And 6'4". Scott says 6'4". Did you hear him?
Yeah, he looks it, every bit of it.
They don't look like Armwood, I'll say that.
Ball is resting at the Panther 31-yard line. They're going to hand this ball off, and he's going to make the initial tackler miss, but the Bulldog defense gets him after a gain of 2 on the play. 2nd down and 8 coming up for the Panthers. 2 minutes and 18 seconds and counting left to go in the first half. The Panthers don't seem to be in a big hurry.
No, they're not.
Set back at the line. They're going to hand this ball off again. He cuts it back up to the middle, and he's going to slip down, really, maybe tackled by the ankles. Gain of around 5. Going to bring up 3rd down and 3 for the Panthers.
I hate to be political, but the Biden economy showed up on the pig stickers.
Oh.
You tried to give me one, and it was just a toothpick.
Yeah.
They used to be fat and sassy, Dusty. Remember?
Another handoff for the Panthers, and that ball, and he is going to get tackled right at their line of scrimmage. 4th down coming up. 1 minute and 36 seconds and counting, and it doesn't look like we're going to call a timeout here.
Why not? It's 4th down. Why don't we call a timeout here to save time? We got to call a timeout. We're calling timeout, right?
We are not going to call a timeout.
What are we doing? Maybe we don't have timeouts left.
We have a timeout. We have at least one.
I
the
know
Panthers are
they're going to go for
they're
it.
lining up to try to go for this. So
or either make us jump off sides.
They're just trying to get us to jump.
And burn
I would
the
imagine.
time. Burn
There's
the time.
12 seconds left to go on the play clock.
Yeah, they're wanting to burn as much time as possible.
And now we're going to call a timeout.
No, we're not calling a timeout.
I don't know.
We are calling a timeout. I wonder why we didn't do that.
We're fixing to find out. Well, they had 10 seconds left.
Milton called the timeout.
They had 10 seconds left.
That makes more sense. We wouldn't call a timeout. If we weren't going to call it 30 seconds ago, we wouldn't have called it then. Because that 1 minute.
Well, now they're saying it wasn't a timeout. They're getting all the guys back on there.
I really don't understand what just haberdashery happened. I feel like the Kansas City Chiefs getting all the breaks. Can somebody tell me what happened right there?
They're lined up to punt now. There is a minute left to go in the second quarter. Let's get beyond.
Hold on. They didn't. They reset the snap.
It don't
clock.
matter. We didn't call a timeout. What does it matter?
Yeah,
we're not going to try to score anyway.
Now they're
it's
going to
10
run
seconds
off another.
left.
Now
it don't matter. We're not trying to score. The punt's away. and we're going to try to get around that punt to muff it. But no, we get away from it.
We try our very
and
best
it's
to do that a
recovered
lot.
at the 35 for the Bulldogs. With 35 seconds left, we're going to kneel on it and go to the half.
Hey everybody, it's Pastor Josh from Hope City Community Church. If you don't have a home church, I want to personally invite you to come to Hope City. We're currently meeting at Show River Middle School at 9 and 11 a.m. every Sunday morning. We even have special services that are put together just for your children. If you'd like more information, find us online at hopecitycc.com. If you choose to join us, make sure to stop by and shake my hand. I'd love to meet you. But whether it's Hope City or one of the other amazing churches in our city, just find a Bible-believing church that makes a difference in your family.
And we are back. We're going to just kneel on it and get out of here. We're going to change.
We might try to move it. I don't know. I think we do have a timeout. Three
try to move
receivers,
it.
2 to the near side, and we're going to hand that ball off to Rogers, and maybe he can pop one. He tries to cut that ball up the middle. He's going to fight his way to the 40, gain of 5, second down and 5, and the clock's going to run.
That's got to be it, right?
And I don't think we're going to have to run another play. We are lining back up at the line of scrimmage inside of 20 seconds now, and it looks like we're going to take it into the locker room.
So here's what we're going to do, folks. We are going to stop the stream. Chris, I'm going to let you go to a timeout, and then you can bring it back. I will start running commercials as soon as the stream starts back and get this thing corrected. And we'll be back here in just a minute. Look for CHS or look for Crestview versus Milton Stream 2. Thanks, guys. Licensed and insured. Chris Coyer, the owner, is born and raised in Crestview, Northern Coosa County. Family owned and operated for 24 years of local service, specializing in shingles and metal roofs. Re-roof repair specialist. If you have any roofing needs, you can call them at 850-683-4169 or visit their website at cqroofing.com.
This might sound like a movie trailer, but this ain't Hollywood. This is real life. We call it the shocking truth. The difference
State